When the magic feels far away, judgment, genius, and the distorted power trap. There's a sneaky fracture that can show up on the journey of living as magic. It doesn't always look like fear, and it doesn't always sound like, I'm not ready. Sometimes it sounds like judgment, a quiet distancing, a cynical edge, a voice in your head that says, well, that's not real magic. I cannot touch the depths of me. People don't understand me. No one can see me. They just don't get it. And then what happens is we make someone else's magic bigger than ours, or smaller than ours, but either way, separate. Judgment creates a power hierarchy, and power hierarchies are a response to feeling disconnected from the truth of our source. I know for years I felt really isolated in the study of my own magic. I was dancing between two states of keeping the field quiet and pure enough to hear my own thoughts, to experience my own energy, to make sure that out of a desire for integrity, what I was here to share was coming from me, and the other position of really desiring to be in connection with others in order to grow. It's easy to do this when you are stepping into relationship with your own genius, because your soul codes run deep and your work pierces subtle layers of inner reality. And when this happens, we can forget what it's like to be really heard. We can begin to believe that no one else gets it, that we're too much, that maybe we're too far ahead, too invisible. But that's not actually the truth. That's the moment when our distorted ego tries to protect us with cynicism. Because magic, real magic, requires receptivity, and receptivity requires openness. This comes down to managing your heart. The heart is the gatekeeper between your genius, your magic, and the outside world. To live as magic, you have to know how to keep this gate open without letting it be trampled. And this requires energetic filtering, not guarding. You don't need a wall. You need energy that operates like fine, beautiful lace, where what comes your way passes through with discernment, not defense, where you filter through resonance without creating rejection. Because innocence without attachment allows you to deepen into your joy, your softness, your awe. These states are sacred technologies that become weaponized if we use them for validation. We have to train ourselves not to hide this side of ourselves out of fear, to learn how to let our joy belong to us first, before it ever meets others in the field. True heart alchemy is the practice of staying open and intact at the same time. When you maintain sovereign integrity is when you can stand in the presence of your emotion, your open heart, without becoming raw, learning how to dose your present or allow your essence to pulsate, just like the beat of your heart. Because when we are in states of rhythmic vulnerability, sharing when our system feels safe, letting the rhythm of our nervous system lead our expression forward, knowing that we are powerful, protected, and not leaking our signal by confusing intimacy with attention, validation, or exposure. The truth here is that the difference between judgment and discernment is profound. Discernment is not judgment. Discernment is the intelligence of your soul in motion. It is your ability to recognize this is for me, that is not, without needing to fracture the field. When you know energy, when you become powerful in your practice of energetic truth, when you feel it, track it, trust it, You stop needing to explain why something doesn't belong in your space. You simply adjust. You move with precision. You bow and you redirect. But when we cast energy out with blame, superiority, or dismissal, we rob ourselves of something precious: the ability to stay in connection while maintaining our freedom. Discernment says, I know who I am. I do not need to disconnect in order to stay sovereign. It is a muscle, it's a skill, and it's one of the most advanced practices that you can ever cultivate inside of your magic. So, what happens when we drop the judgment? When we stop placing ourselves above or below the field? When we stop using excuses like, people don't understand me, people don't appreciate me, people can't see me, as a reason to shrink, distort, or hoard our essence, we re enter connection. We meet people in their magic, not above it and not below it. We let ourselves be seen. We let ourselves be affected. We let ourselves receive from life. Because living as magic doesn't mean being exceptional. It means being in relationship with the mystery, with your message, with the moment right in front of you. Letting yourself be surprised. Letting yourself be misunderstood and loved anyway. Letting yourself step out of the hierarchy and into the heart. This is the path.